Right now, we are putting immigration in focus to dig deeper and shine a light on specific immigration cases.
Tonight, the story of a 19-year-old who lives in Riverside. He came to the U.S. from Colombia as a child with his father, who was seeking political asylum. Our Annette Arreola shows us how he's now navigating his future after his father was detained.
Yeah, he tried to call me every day.
How did he sound?
Worried.
It's been 7 months since 19-year-old Andres Caicedo says he last saw his father.
He was delivering a package, and in his way coming back to the car, he told me that they just detained him, like they just took him.
Cesar Caicedo was at work last July when, according to Andres, he was picked up by immigration agents and taken to the Adelanto Detention Facility. Andres tells us he and his dad came to the U.S. from Colombia with a tourist visa.
A couple months after we applied for asylum, we got our socials and work permits.
And just after enrolling at Riverside Community College, Andres found himself completely alone and on his own, going to school, working full-time to sustain himself while taking care of his dad's legal fees.
Like I just try to go from like my house to school, school to work, work to house, and yeah, it's just mostly that.
You worry about being detained?
Yeah, most of the time.
Anguish and uncertainty for both father and son. What is your legal status right now?
So it's complicated.
Immigration attorney Jose Jordan says asylum cases are taking up to 6 years to complete the approval process.
Now, during that time or after that time, immigration can come, pick you up, and put you in a detention center and start deportation proceedings against you.
Jose explains that when underage children seek asylum jointly with their parents, just like Andres, it adds another layer of legal challenges.
If the father's application is denied, then the kids no longer qualify for asylum under the father and would therefore have to submit their own applications if they're not order deported.
Andres says he hasn't yet decided whether he will apply for asylum as an adult. His dad is scheduled for another court hearing later this month. Now, despite the ordeal, he tells us he will be forever grateful to everyone who has donated to his online fundraising efforts as he continues to fight for his American dream, which is now fueled by the hope of being reunited with his father once again.
I want to, I guess, go until there's just like a final answer. Maybe it could be a no, maybe it could be like, yeah, you know, like I'm just been waiting.
In Riverside, Annette Arreola, NBC4 News.
We have reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for more information about this case. We are still waiting to hear back.